and welcome to Dawn's Tomorrow. If you're new to the channel, this is a prepping channel, and we do quick, very unorganized videos that just give you helpful tips for survival and emergency food supply, and bugging out. So it's for brand new people, beginners that have absolutely no idea what prepping is, bugging out is, and survival basics. So we keep it very basic, and if you are a seasoned prepper, you might want to probably go to a different channel. But if you're new, you just stay tuned. Okay, today what we're going to do is we're going to interview someone and discuss a few important topics, and we're going to get educated on how little people actually do know, and maybe be surprised about some things that they do know, or maybe some ideas that we can get from them. And so this will be our first and only guest. We're very fortunate to have her on the channel today, and like for you to welcome my friend Kiki. Kiki. Oh, here's Kiki.
Hello everyone. Hope everyone is having a good day, a good and productive day.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Kiki. Thank you for joining us.
No problem.
We're going to ask you a couple questions. We just want you to relax and take your time to answer them. Think about them as much as you want to think about them. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask your questions. Okay. Now, the first question I have for you, Kiki, is what is civil unrest?
Well, in my eyes, civil unrest could be many things, such as police brutality, black on black crime,
Okay.
and I can't think right now, but just different things.
So
And like if
would it be like an anger?
it can be anger, protesting, riots, different things like that.
So maybe society is not agreeing with each other. Different people are not agreeing, and maybe people are fighting.
It's not enough peace in the world.
Okay.
It's too much racism.
Right.
That separates people.
Yeah. And so
and
oh, go ahead.
Of course, no one can do anything about racism. It will always exist.
Yeah. Okay.
So we as people have to do what we have to do to be better people.
Yes.
Everyone needs to respect each other, and just try to live in peace.
Right. So, do you think that things may get so out of hand one day that there will be maybe mass killings and shootings in such a unprecedented number that people will have to hide and seek shelter, or either go to war and kill themselves, maybe form different groups of like armed soldier militia or something like that? Maybe you think that things will get so bad that you won't be able to basically relax in your own home like you do. Go home, go to work, go, whatever, go to sleep, and your daily routine, that you won't be able to have your regular daily routine.
Yes, I think we're headed there now.
Yeah.
We're really basically halfway there, because you're not safe nowhere you go. You're not safe at church,
So true.
school, even just going to the grocery store, walking to your car to get in the car to go to work. You can be mugged, shot, anything.
So is it fair to say that you live, probably in the area you live is a lot different than the area I live in?
Yes.
You live like southern part of the United States, and I'm from the Midwest part of the United States. And there's probably a little difference in the culture, how people are there.
Well, in the South, we're Southern. And we show some of us good hospitality, and we can actually get along. But then you have the people that, it's a lot of racism in the South.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And then you have people that go against their own color, kind, race, or whatever. And so it's a division.
It's a division. You think it's gotten worse over in the last few years? Maybe with the election? Or you think it's just in general?
I think it's just in general.
Times maybe drugs and whatnot.
It's the drugs. It's,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of stuff is provoked from watching TV.
Yeah.
Reality TV.
That is so true.
And everyone wants to live a lifestyle that they really don't live.
Yeah. Okay, so say things got real crazy, okay? And you got a call or you see it on TV where you had to evacuate your home because something horrible was going to happen. Say there was a bomb threat or it was just going to be like a mass shootings or killings in your area and you just had to leave, okay? I don't know how many people are in your family or if you have any knowledge about bug out bags or bugging in. Let's see. So if you was to have to leave your home, do you have a place that you could go and find safety, or what would you do if you knew that your life was in danger and you immediately had to leave your home?
Well, I'm not really sure where I would go, but the first thing I would do is call my kids.
Yes. Make sure they were safe.
Make sure they're safe in case something happens to me.
You think that maybe after this interview, you might think of a planned location that you all can meet, make sure you're all okay?
Yes. Yeah. I have a sister, one sibling where I live.
Yeah.
So I would try to, get with my sister and
Right.
us find a place together.
Right.
Safe place together.
Well, some people don't think about it, but maybe a library, the local library,
And I live down the street from one.
is a good place to meet. If you're looking for, something happens, and at least.
A library that's pretty good.
Yeah, I think it's kind of a good idea, but there's other places that you can, probably meet. But okay, so the second question is, okay, you say I was going to ask you who would you take with you, but you
Take me anywhere.
if you had to leave, who would you want to be with you to make sure that they were safe?
My sister, because my children are 6 hours away from
Uh-oh.
me. Yeah.
Gotta meet up with
So
them.
you saying if it happened right then?
Yes, if it
that's the only person I can meet with because I have no family where I live.
Okay. So what about transportation? Do you have?
I have a car.
You have good, reliable transportation.
Yes.
Think maybe you should stock up, or at least have an extra gallon of gas because the gas stations
Yes.
might not be.
And that's important too. That's why it's best to try to avoid leaving your car on E.
Yeah.
Because you never know. At least have a half a tank of gas.
Exactly. There you go. You got some survival skills and stuff that you might not even thought about that you already that you shouldn't leave your gas tank on E because you never know what might happen.
That's right.
So, speaking of survival, what does survival mean to you?
Survival is waking up knowing that you have shelter, food, and that you can survive in this world.
So you say food and shelter definitely, and knowing that you have something to fall back on
You have
in
something to
case
fall
of an
back on.
emergency.
In case of an emergency, you have a job,
Right.
or you can go to school.
Right. Now, if like that civil unrest thing happens, then survival will also mean those things, but you won't have the job and you won't have the school. But you will have your food and you will have your shelter.
Which is what you need to survive.
You need some place. You need a roof over your head to protect you from the
Yeah.
elements. And first aid is very important.
A first aid.
Yeah. If during any kind of situation, SHTF situation, infection, disease, are going to be the killers, the real killers. Right then, if you get a cut or a scratch or say an infection, ear infection, mouth infection, eyes, whatever, and dirt and germs and stuff like that, they're going to be really, really bad. So you have to make sure you have a first aid kit. That is very, very important. I would say next to water.
Yeah.
Right underwater, even before food would be a first aid kit.
Yeah, you're right. Because of infections, germs, anything
Right.
like that.
And then it's also important to you try to develop a skill. If you don't know how to fish, then you may look into learning how to fish. Watch some tutorials or whatever, some fishing shows or whatever. Also, find out what you can about hunting. Get a couple mouse traps or rat traps. Learn how to trap or hunt or something like that. These are things that you can do to help get yourself ready in advance. And let's see. Do you think that you would be able to live in the woods if you had to go to the woods
To survive.
to survive? Because people are going to be kicking in doors, looting. They will come find you, and what happens to you is not going to be pretty. The woods offers a little more
Safe.
security, safety, because it's especially if it's a lot of thick brush. In the summertime, in the wintertime, it might not be so easy to hide. But if you have to seek shelter or you have to hide or something like that, do you think that you would be able to survive in the woods?
I think I would, long as I got, like you said, first aid kit.
Do you think you might know how to make a shelter for yourself?
A shelter.
You know that there's videos on YouTube that show you how to like if you had like a little axe, how to build a little shelter, like even a quick one, something like that. Also to maybe cut down some twigs or branches, leaves or whatever to conceal yourself if you do need to hide, that you can, so when you leave and in your bug out bag, please take with you a knife or a hand axe. That's going to be very important for protection and also to help you build a structure of shelter from the elements. It's going to rain. It's going to do all kinds of stuff, and you want to, kind of protect yourself. And it'll help you rest when you know that you're not exposed. You can get a little more rest.
Yeah, because you would
Maybe
feel a little
sleep,
secure.
especially if people are after you. You
Just
might
to
want
be out there, no one know I feel secure.
Right.
That by yourself.
So, after having this talk today, what are some things that you think that you might want to either gather at a supply store or just to have at your house, have on hand, ready? Is there anything that
Well, first
got
I'm
your
going to
brain
say
to
a
think?
tent, since you said that part. Yeah, since you said the woods. A tent.
That's a great idea.
But first aid kit, make sure I have water, food, enough gas in my car to escape.
Yeah,
Hey, just...
that's a great start. Well, I really appreciate you spending time with me this
appreciate you having me.
afternoon. This is great. This is really great. And what do you think that you might talk to your family about some things that we discussed today?
Yes, I can.
And share that with them. And maybe you plan a day with your sister to go to a store where maybe a camping supply store or something like that where you can find some
And
things.
a flashlight.
They have some awesome, neat things that you can get. And the thing to remember when you're shopping is to try to get a multi-tool. Multi-functioning tools like a fork and a spoon combination or whatever, screwdriver, just a knife set,
Yes.
pocket knife set, utility thing or whatever. When you buy something, try to buy something that has more than one function and then try to make it compact, small. You're going to put a lot of things in a little bitty space. Just keep in mind that you may only be able to grab one bag, throw it over your shoulder, and maybe two. Maybe you'll have time to grab another one, but just at least have that one bag. Have as much survival gear and stuff in there as you can just for that one bag, and make sure that you're able to survive. You put your food and your water in there, definitely your flashlight. Let's not forget that you need fire, So you will
Yeah,
you
you need
need
matches.
waterproof matches,
Flashlight.
lighter. You can look on YouTube and watch some tutorials on how to make a fire, because you're not always going to have those things. You have to learn how to start a fire without matches
And
or
just
a
keep
lighter.
those things in your car.
Right. You have to learn how to catch your own food, because that food that you take
Mm-hmm.
with you is going to run out.
Yeah.
So, really enjoy spending time with you today. And the viewers, we wanted to tell you that if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, good bugging out.